Hello, welcome to RC Video Reviews. Today we're taking a look at some new equipment by Radiomaster. We're going to start out by taking a look at the new Radiomaster bag for the Zorro and the AG01 Mini Gimbals, which I'll install on a Zorro, but they also work on the Radiomaster TX12. And then we'll wrap up by installing these new Radiomaster Sticky 360 grip ends on the AG01 Mini Gimbals. Before I get into the content, I need to let you know this video is sponsored by Radiomaster. I'd like to say thanks to Radiomaster for sending me the bag and the gimbals out for review, along with these stick ends. They're kind of cool. I will have affiliate links in the description if you'd like to buy any of this stuff for yourself. All right, with that out of the way, let's get started. We'll start out by taking a look at the bag for the Zorro. This material is the same material found on the other Radiomaster bags that are already in the market for like the TX16S, same kind of material. But on the inside, check this out. It's all form-fitted. Very nice fit for the Zorro. Everything is very secure. The radio doesn't move around. Nice and secure interface for the radio inside this bag. High marks for that. I think that's kind of cool. These mini AG01 gimbals are CNC machined, and they come from the factory with a set of silver sticky 360 grips. They've got quad ball bearings on the bottom, and they are Hall sensor gimbals. All right, let's get these bad boys installed in the radio. There are 8 Phillips screws on the back. Don't be confused about the hex screws that are here and here on the left and right hand side. Those are for gimbal adjustments. You only need to take out the Phillips screws to get the back cover off. With the 8 case screws removed, the next thing to do is remove the 2 battery leads on the main board, and that will allow us to separate the back case half from the radio completely. The next thing we need to do is remove the motherboard because the gimbals are between the motherboard and the front faceplate. So in order to get the gimbals out, this board's got to be removed. After removing the main board mounting screws, we'll need to release the ribbon cable that connects the display to the main board. And we'll do that by carefully moving this plastic tab upward 90 degrees. It should just bend straight up. And then when that's moved up, we'll pull that ribbon cable out. Next up, we'll remove S1 and S2 cables from the main board. Next, we'll remove these wire harnesses for the buttons. Then the power lead, and then we'll need to remove all 4 connectors from both sides of the board. These are for toggle switches and the gimbals themselves, so all 4 of these need to come off on each side. Okay, with all those connectors removed, we can finally get the main board out of the way. We'll go ahead and leave the We'll go ahead and leave the 4-in-1 adapter on, and also be aware that there are a couple of push button caps that go into the holes. Mine fell off, so just be aware that when you're taking it apart, there are a couple of caps that need to go in these holes in the case, and then the push button hits those caps. So just be aware of that. Okay, we've got everything out of the way now, so now we can change out the gimbals. Okay, the factory gimbals just have 4 screws holding them in. I know when I was taking them out, it's kind of hard to see, but there's 4 screws, one here, one here, one here, and one here. Those 4 screws come out, and then the gimbal just separates from the radio, no problem. Radiomaster includes an extra set of screws with the AG01 gimbals, but they are the same size as the screws that come in the stock gimbal, so I'll just reuse those. And I'll go ahead and seat the gimbal retaining screws before I set it down. It just makes it a little bit easier to navigate. All right, with the screws in, we're ready to seat the new gimbal in its home. And when you reseat the gimbal, the Hall sensor goes inboard. You can tell because there's a little cutout in the PCB adjacent to that Hall sensor to accommodate the Hall sensor. Okay, before we button things up, I like to flip it over just to make sure the gimbal face is seated correctly on the radio, and it looks like it is, so we're ready to button this thing back up. Now before you try and reinsert this ribbon cable, make sure that that tab is lifted up, and be very careful with this. These things break real easy. So just lift it straight up 90 degrees, and then you can reseat the ribbon cable. Okay, it looks like everything's back in place. So the next thing I'll do is just reconnect the bottom case, and I'll install the batteries and power everything on and check the gimbals out before we button it up. There's no point in buttoning it up until we do a full hardware check, just to make sure everything is in working order. All right, that's always a good sign when everything boots up, but now let's go into the system settings, and we'll do a page left, and what I want to do is a calibration real quick. So we want to make sure that our sticks are responding correctly. So we'll do a calibration, and I can see already that one of my sticks I've got my wires crossed, and on the right stick, the wires are not crossed. So all I need to do now is just flip the 2 connectors on the left stick. So we'll just power this off and make a quick little change to these 2 connectors right here. 1, 2, we'll just switch those. Okay, with everything buttoned up, the last thing to do is turn the radio on and perform a calibration.
Welcome to HTX.
We'll just do system, Page left, calibration, center everything. So we'll center the pots the best we can. And there we go, nice calibration. All right, with our calibration done, it's time to add a little bling. We'll start out by taking the original sticky grips off that come from the factory. All you have to do is loosen them and turn them counterclockwise and they screw right off. There are no set screws holding these in. Just give them a little twist. Since I'm a thumber, I'm going to set these down as far as they can go. I want those things all the way down. If you're a pincher, you might want to set them up a little taller, but I'm a thumber, so they're going all the way down. Okay, there we go. AG01 gimbals on the Radiomaster Zorro. And the last thing we'll do, just to show you how it's done, is we'll do a quick little check. We'll do a quick little adjustment on the travel. So normally the way this works, the top screw will limit the bottom travel and the bottom screw limits the top. So we'll see if that's true on these gimbals as well. So as I turn this top screw clockwise, you should see the stick move off of the bottom. It'll only move a certain amount, so don't overextend it. But then as I turn it counterclockwise, you can see the stick moving down for the full length of travel. So that's how you adjust the stick limits on the front of the gimbals. And then if you move the stick up to the top, you can adjust the top travel by screwing it same direction. It's clockwise will reduce the travel and counterclockwise increases the travel. Don't forget, if you make changes to that physical limitation, to recalibrate the radio. Otherwise, you'll lose resolution between the gimbal and the firmware. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my video on how to install the new Radiomaster AG01 gimbals in your Radiomaster Zorro and the new 360 sticky grips, as well as the Radiomaster bag for the Zorro. Very cool bag. And I'll remind you guys, if you want any of this equipment, I'll have affiliate links in the description so you can go out and get your own. Remember, they're not shipping these gimbals until the start of May 2022, so be patient. They're telling us that up front. If you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos hit the channel. That's all I've got for today. Take it easy. Hey, if you like the work I do here on RC Video Reviews, please consider joining me on Patreon. For about the price of a cup of coffee, you can help me keep making videos just like this one. If you'd like to help out, there's a link in the description and on your screen.